are taking it from the pot, you are hearing that sound.
So you are like that.
No, my husband is watching. He knows.
Please let us know in the comment section. I think my own Igbo is counterfeit Igbo. I don't know. Now, so after we have dealt with pressure, now you would see some ladies, young people. I feel like growing up, your upbringing has a way it affects most decisions you even make in life.
Of course.
So you would see a different lady like me that I'm saying that I'm having pressure. Some other lady my age is not having any pressure from her this thing. They're like, you still have time on your hands, girl. Go get this. I have people who say, their parents are like, girl, go get this master's, girl. Go get this PhD, man. Do this, man. You have all the time in the world. Achieve. Be an achiever. You know. So why some people are saying they are dropping people and they are saying go and marry. Some people are like, are you okay? Go and marry. You want to suffer? Do you get? So different strokes for different folks. So after we have dealt with pressure, there are people who, by reason of their upbringing, 18 years, 19 years, 20 years, they are ready. Their parents, they are okay. They want to get married in themselves. They feel like they are ready. Their parents are like, good girl. Me, make I try it out. 18 years. It's 8 years in Kirikiri. Do you understand? 8 years in Kirikiri. What is that? Are you for? Not really.
She didn't just say
no.
You are violating the Nigerian constitution that says that at 18, a person is legally an adult.
Now, I'm telling you from my own perspective that they don't know that one.
By Nigerians.
They don't know that shit. 18 years, what? Now you are still sucking breast. You all know, it's man that is here. They will do deliverance.
Oh my goodness.
In my house, they will do deliverance. We deliver you from every force.
But in other houses, they are pushing them.
Exactly. So you see, that's why I said it goes a long way. How you were brought up, your environment, basically your background, has a way it engineers these things. So just like some people, it's normal for them 18 years, 19 years, 20 years to get married. Fine. Some other people you have to have achieved, and before you finish achieving, that is something. And they still get married though, and they're still happy. So I want to ask now this early marriage thing, because I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, 18 years. I'm thinking, how was I thinking at the age of, not like I was in 200 level or so, 18 years. It's not like I was a child, but I don't think I would have been able to know what to do, take care of a home. With my own upbringing, I don't feel like I would have been able to, take care of husband, start giving back, shoulder the responsibility of marriage at that age. So, how do these people do it? Like, this early marriage thing, is there any advantage, disadvantage? How are they able to carry the home? Is it how they were brought up? They trained them to be mature at that age, to just know what to do? Gosh, it beats me.
Let me come from this angle. Early marriage and child marriage are two different things.
Which one is child? What age is child marriage?
If we want to go constitutionally, we're in Nigeria, of course. So in this part of the world, in Nigeria where we are, if you are not up to 18, you are still a minor. You are considered under a guardian or a ward. So anybody below 18 getting into marriage is a child. Okay? Even if you are 17, the fact that constitutionally you are not 18 yet, you cannot vote. You don't have a voter's right. You don't have rights to certain fundamental human rights that apply to a normal Nigerian adult. Does not apply to you yet. You are a child. Now, in some places, in some deep parts, now any response I'm going to give at this point is going to be with consideration and respect for ethnicities and different backgrounds.
Sure.
Okay, because we are in an environment where these things are practiced, whether you know it or not, whether you like it or not. These things are practiced, and somehow, yes, efforts have been put in one way or the other to try to contain these things, but we cannot overlook the fact that they're still happening.
They happen.
So if we're talking of we're not talking of child marriage right now. Okay, that's another topic on its own.
For what now?
We're talking of early marriage. Okay,
early marriage.
In my sister's definition, the fact that you're 18, 19, 20,
wow,
it's too early. Now we're going back to the statement. It is relative. Upbringing, yes, it matters a lot. Maybe she's like a mom.
That's it. Back on here for my Igbo home.
Why not an Igbo person that got married at 20?
That's another thing. No, I be the Igbo is. Please let us know in the comment section. I think my own Igbo is counterfeit Igbo. I don't know. No, but they have this rule that Igbo people don't get married on time. I don't know. Have you heard it before? That they force their women to achieve, the old first before they marry.
No, I don't think.
I've heard that a couple of times.
I also know of some persons who are Igbo that got married and were trained in their husbands' houses by their husbands, So it's still relative. The background now, the upbringing she mentioned now comes to play here. Depends on how you're brought up. What were you exposed to growing up? We're in the north where you see kids who you feel cannot even take care of themselves yet. Backing kids, smaller ones. A child that was just born, you see a 10-year-old backing the child. And hawking. Yes. Or probably going about running some errands for the parents. Now to them, or to that child, because of the experience that child is going through right now, the exposure that child already has, you can't compare with the one who is waking up in the morning and the nanny is doing one thing, breakfast is served, you just wear your uniform, the school bus or the driver is waiting to take you to school. So definitely, if those two children grow and at 18, the one who's already backing the child and doing this and doing all those, should I say, hard or having that level of exposure, gets into a home, she knows what to do better than the one who was waking up and the school bus is waiting, you come back, lunch. These things are not bad though, but we're not criticizing or putting an X to these things. They're not bad. But what we're saying is, what makes a person ready, in quotes, or think that okay, you can actually go in at this age and do well, and go in at this age and not do well, boils down to exposure, upbringing. What were the things this person faced? When you hear this person talk, when you see how this person handles life's issues, you would even know sometimes how well are you even able to take care of yourself in school. Being in the hostel or being in a boarding school. You even have some people that in university they're still going to school from home. Because probably I'm a student of Foot Mina,
and my
parents live in Mina. Why should I go and be in the hostel when I can go to school? Or the parents feel let's not waste money on these things, you can go from home. Now you see,
so you've never really had your independence. I've just
the mindset of that person is different from the one that is
the cases of those kind of people that all your life you schooled the same in town, you went from home, university from home, service from the same house, everything. Don't you think that before you enter marriage, I don't know, my own perception, yes, you have gone through life, you have gone to school, you have served, but you never really had any time in your life to be by yourself. To know yourself. You have just been from there now you just enter from now to another man's house. Do you think that there is any you would do better, you approach marriage differently or more better if you had the time to just be by yourself, independence, make decision by yourself outside of that of your parents, siblings and all that? Do you think it has any way it affects
maybe
you in marriage?
Maybe and maybe not. I'm new in it, yes, but I have come to understand that you learn as you go. Yes, you learn as you go. So it's not hard. It's not hard, okay? I choose to, yes, there are challenges, but I don't want to see it as hard. So you learn as you go. You might have even been on your own all your life, and then feel that the person who was with their parents have seen and learned from their parents' experiences to know better. But maybe you, because you were outside the house early, you did not now see or learn from someone's experience. So now you see the person who now stayed at home and observed their parents is now at an advantage in one aspect. And then on the other hand, you that went outside and experienced life, the hard things, the get up and hustle, the get up and go, and everything is not always there. There are certain situations you will now face in marriage that your experience at that time gives you an edge over the person who was at home.
True. You're able to manage pressure.
Yes.
Maybe because you have been able to handle pressure while you were by yourself. Unlike the one that in the parents, you always had access to things. So maybe, marriage is not all rosy. So when you now encounter all those pressure in marriage, begin to learn, oh my god, because you've never really gone through it.
Yes.
So there are advantages.
Yes, to both sides of it. So I will not say because you are at home you're losing, or because you are outside you are losing or you're gaining. It is a learn as you go thing. There are some situations you will meet that even me in my small journey, some situations I have met, I know that even the one where I think I know before, you know what?
They are still upcoming.
We are knowing afresh.
Oh my God.
We're knowing afresh, and then it's not because nobody gave me advice or nobody told me that this is how it will be. Another thing we must understand is the fact that you had 1,000,001 advices does not necessarily mean that 1,000,001 advice, if you apply it, remember you are married to your own husband or you are married to your own wife.
Exactly.
Now this person has given you an advice based on what worked for him in dealing with his wife, or what worked for her in dealing with her husband, does not make it the ultimate
alpha, the template for everybody.
For everybody. You might try that thing with your spouse. You enter one chance. You will enter one chance.
Oh my God.
So it's up to you to sieve. Sieve. Sometimes come, in fact, sometimes, all the time, come with the I don't know. I don't have an idea.
To learn. Be open to learning.
Yes, that statement that we say we learn, we unlearn, relearn, be open to it. See this person as fresh. I didn't know this thing before, okay, so I need to know this thing now. So there are places where you fall back to your experiences, whether in the house or outside the house. And then there are places where you just keep quiet and watch how it's going. And then at that point, what you will now even think of to solve the problem will be something you have never even had an idea of before now, regardless of how much you think you have been exposed to.
I've learned so much. Hey, shut up! I wanted to say I wish my note was here. I will watch the video, rewatch it, so I will learn, take home. So better be jotting down you that you're watching this.
So it's that's the way it is. That's the way it is. It's
my next question.
Learn as you go.
So my next question now is, I hear a lot of times my folks will tell me that before you go into a man's house, you have to have something doing. You have to have your own money, so that you don't have to be asking the man for salt. You want to buy Maggi, you ask the man. Everything you have to ask the man. So is that like a standard that before any woman gets married, she has? Because I've seen women who are not doing anything, but their marriages are okay. But the way they make it sound like if you don't have anything you are doing, to support the home, that the marriage is going to kwatao, is divorce.
This is interesting. The way I would like to put this particular scenario she just painted is, what they're trying to say in the long run is, don't be a liability. Because see, whether you have your money as a woman you don't have your money as a woman. By religion, or by society, or by everything you can think of, it is the place of a man to provide for his home. Okay? So yes, you're bringing something to the table. Good. You're not bringing something to the table. The most important thing is, don't be a liability.
When you say don't be a liability, what do you mean? Like,
don't get to that point where you become a burden. They are thinking of how to solve family issue. Then you are now an issue in the family issue that they are trying to solve. You know, you are now an issue in the family issue that they are trying to solve.
Give an instance of a man
contribute to the solution. Like she said, you want to buy salt, you want to buy Maggi, you want to buy
pants, bra, basic things.
You have to ask. I believe that there's a point you get to there. You will not even ask. It will just come out. When you are giving the support that you should give. See, how best do we? When you're giving the support that you should give as a woman, even if not necessarily because you are going out or you are all out there doing one business, or you are still functioning intellectually.
Like, your husband should be able to have problems, and he knows that he can come and discuss it with his wife, and his wife can even give him an advice that when he goes and implements,
it works. So he knows
that way you are also
contributing to his everyday life outside.
It doesn't have to mean that it's money that you say, oh yeah, honey, carry this 10,000, add it to the one you are bringing. That's not the only contribution a woman should bring can give. You can also give.
Let it be that even when he's in the boardroom, even if you are not in the boardroom with him, your contribution is in the boardroom. You understand? He can be thinking of how to solve something, and then he calls his wife.
Yeah, like he just knows that his wife has this.
You are supporting in one way or another. You are not the one that
some men cannot. In fact, bringing problems to their wife is making it. They can't even say her intellectual capacity.
That's why I said
they don't even
you will now become a problem that
they
are trying to. So it's like when a man is writing the list of his problems, then the wife is now on the list. You are already a liability now. You're already a liability. And it's both ways,
yes, so for the other way, the other way,
and it's even worse.
Because the Bible says you're worse than an infidel.
So it's not like we're lashing on the women or we're lashing on ourselves so much. You can even in your contribution to the things around the house. A man should not go out and come back and he cannot raise his leg and put his leg here. Or the children, you see diapers here. You see, he cannot just come and be comfortable in his space.
Or maybe he has. Have you seen one Hollywood movie that I watched? The man came. She's so, oh my God. Whether it's from the bush, she married a woman, I don't even know. She's so dirty. This is how she scratches. I don't know if I forgot the name. It was Ruth Kadiri that acted the part. She acted it amazingly. He came from the office with his friend. So now you are not that guy kind of where that is your husband has to call you. I'm coming with Moses. Arrange the place because he knows how you are. Do you get? He cannot just surprise you and come with somebody in the house and meet that the house is. That's how he came and met her. She was his pot. She doesn't use plate to eat. It's the pot that she liked the bottom. She was eating and enjoying herself.
So what do they mean? We that like bottom pots now.
And you can like your bottom pot in a push way. Dish it or something. Which one be say you go open leg?
You know if you are not with the pots, it's not going down well. Don't mind them.
Oh wow! So I just broke your table. That's why you want to swallow me. Sorry, ma. All the pot scratches. I say sorry.
Thank you. Please allow us.
But that was not my point. My point was, as a woman, your husband should be able to just come to the house, surprise you with a guest. And the house, you should not be scared.
Let them be surprised. You understand?
Thank you. Everywhere is.
I
don't have to call, baby. Fana. I'm going with somebody. I know how you can be. Just arrange yourself. Thank you for joining in. We love you.